Okay, so I just picked up the apples. They're in the back, and I also grabbed some apple cider. Got this little throat spray as well because my daughter's been coughing, but I can show y'all that later. I didn't video while I was in there because it was just, I don't know, I felt kind of awkward. But I'll show you like where their trees and stuff are, because it's so nice to come out here when it's a little bit warmer before it gets too cold and come and actually pick the apples with the kids. So anyway, I'll show you that here in a second. All right, so their trees are here, and then they've got like some little stuff for the kids to do kind of off in the back. All right, so we're back at the house. This is Monday. I picked up the apples that I showed you on Saturday morning. I've got me some tea. Anaya is eating her breakfast. I just wanted to share with you some of the like preservation things that we've been doing. I'm not like by far not any kind of expert, but I wanted to start like trying to make sure that I double cook things. Like if I'm fixing pancakes, make a double batch, and so that we can freeze them and stuff like that, which I know that's like the most basic preservation that you can do is like freezing something. But we got a couple of bagels from church. We had like a dinner at our church, and there were several bagels left, and we love to eat avocado bagels. Anaya's actually eating jelly and butter, I think, on hers, but we've had these larger ones for a couple of days, so they need to go in the freezer before they start to mold, and then the small ones are from church. So I'm just gonna stick those in there. They'll be easy to pull out and have for breakfast or a snack or something like that. And then the other preservation thing that I was so proud of that I done the other day was made a double batch of dinner rolls. And I just made the ones that we were going to eat for that night, and then I just stuck those on a sheet pan and then let them freeze, and then I just stuck them in that bag, and I'm going to pop them back in the freezer. But we're going to finish our breakfast. I've got me some avocado in a bowl. I'm going to have an avocado bagel, and then we're going to jump into making applesauce and apple pie filling. I made the bags that I got, or the apples that I got in the bags from the orchard had a pie filling recipe on it, and I really liked it, but I think I'm going to try a different one. I actually printed it out, and I'm not exactly sure what website I got it off of. It's babysavers.com, easy apple pie filling, and it's really similar to the one that I used, but it's a little bit different. I think this one is kind of revised or whatever for canning. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make, I think, 6 quart-sized jars, I think is what this makes. We're gonna make that, and then I've got to find a quick recipe to make applesauce. But once again, I'm no expert. I'm just learning food preservation, so if you would like to learn how to make apple pie filling and can it and maybe try to make some applesauce, then follow along and we'll learn together. So we're going to start by just using this, it just says fruit and veggie wash. I'm going to fill the sink up with some hot water or some warm water and a couple of capfuls of this, and then we're going to get the apples and we'll separate them out into like what we're going to use to make the applesauce and the apple pie filling, and then the rest of them will just go straight into our little pantry shelf thing there. We won't wash those. We'll wash them before we eat them. And we've already got, Naya already washed all of our jars. We'll probably still put them in a pot and heat them up, but we just wanted to wash them first. Start going through them. If they look like really good, then they're going to be pantry apples. This is going to be one we use. Nope. How many? Yeah, they're soft. Because we're going to need, let me see how many we're going to All right, so we've got our apples sitting in here, and we're just pulling them out from there. And then she's using this little apple core peeler thing that I got from the thrift store. I think I paid like $4.99 for it, and it might have even been on sale. I'm not quite sure. But even so, Sam, even so, $5 for that is amazing. And then she's going to hand them to me, and I'm going to chop them, and then I'm going to put them in our pot. And we're starting with our applesauce. We called Sammy because he likes apples, so he'll be getting a treat today. Several treats. But anyway, we're using this Canon applesauce recipe. And it says 3.5 pounds of apples per quart. So we're going to double the recipe because our apples are a little small. So we'll just have to see kind of what we end up with. How many apples?
20. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 done.
And I'll show you real quick. What we're doing is putting the apple cores in here and putting the apple scraps in here. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with both of those yet. Probably maybe like some apple cider vinegar or something. But I'm just separating them just in case I need them separated for like apple scrap jelly or something like that. And I'm also, when she is handing them to me, if they have a peel or like a little bit of seed left in the middle, I'm cutting that out.
Ew.
Or eating the part that has the peel on it. Yeah, just you can cut it out.
When I smush it,
Maybe a bad one. You have to see.
we'll see. It's not even cutting it. Ew.
So let's. Alright, so I got a little carried away with the next couple of steps, but all we did was blend it. Blend all of the apples once they got soft. This is just apples. I didn't add cinnamon or sugar or anything. We finished coring and slicing and peeling those apples. That is for the apple pie fillings. And we've got all of our stuff in the sink. We just done it in our Ninja. This is the blender that I used. So I just blended it up in here into like in stages, like I just done like a little bit at a time, and then poured it back into that silver saucepan. We've got a whole bag of cores. We've got a bag and a half or somewhere around in there of peels, and then this is just like literal just scraps, bad parts, stuff like that. We're just going to throw that to the chicken, some of it, and a little bit of it to our rabbit, and the rest of it will just go in the compost. So what we're about to start on now, I've got to get this pot washed because this is my biggest pot that I have, and then that's the next biggest. I have a Dutch oven kind of thing, but I don't know if I'm going to use that. So we've got the applesauce down to step 7. We are cooking it on medium heat for 20 minutes, and then we're going to put it in our jars. So we'll move on to that once the applesauce is done cooking. On here, I need to wash that pot and then get all of these ingredients going on the stove. Alright, we have come to a standstill because I need a cup of cornstarch for the apple pie filling, and I only have about a half a cup. So I am heating up some leftover lasagna while Anaya goes outside and feeds the cats. And we're going to run to a Dollar General that is right down the road, and hopefully they will have some cornstarch and maybe some other things that I need to pick up. But anyway, so we're going to do that really fast, and then we're going to jump back into what we're doing. We've already got our kind of sauce going or put together. We've got 4 more minutes on our applesauce, and then we're going to wait until we get home to start the filling cooking. And that only has to cook. I just dipped that in water. That only has to cook for about 20 minutes. The apple pie filling, I think. I'm not quite sure. We'll just have to check our recipe. But we're going to get finished doing this, and then we're going to run to the store, and we'll come back and get done.
That was almost too much.
Yeah, I'm going to have to probably take a little bit out. I decided to go ahead and process the applesauce. That way when we get back, all we have to worry about is the apple pie filling. I want to try to make apple butter, but I don't know if we'll get to that today. But if we do, obviously I will add it to this video. But for right now, all I'm planning on doing is the applesauce, which is in here. It only has about a little less than 4 minutes left. And then we'll do the apple pie filling. I finally got cornstarch. We went to the Dollar Tree, or excuse me, Dollar General down the road from our house, and they of course didn't have any. So I called my mother-in-law, who lives just a few minutes away from there, and there we go. And she gave me some, plus what I had made enough, that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jars of apple pie filling, and then I had enough for another jar, but I didn't make enough of the juice. And so I'm just going to leave this, cook dinner, and then we're just going to make an apple crisp tonight for dinner. I think that 6 of these is pretty stinking good. So I'm going to go ahead and get the lids on them and get them in here. I've already got this going. You can see it's on. Getting that heated up, and we're going to get these canned up, and I will probably show you our apple crisp that we make later as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get the lids onto these and get them in there so I can start dinner. So we ended up making an apple crisp. I made a pie the other day, but I didn't feel like making the pie crust. So my oldest daughter and I had just done the crumble on top. So they're having it, well, actually she's having it with ice cream. Noah's having it by itself. And here's our 6 jars of apple pie filling that are still hot, but all of them have popped. So yeah, we're pretty much done. We're pretty much done for today. Tomorrow we may try making some apple butter, but we'll see you guys next time. Bye.